When it comes to marketing anything, a business or your music, there's sort of like two categories of growth. At least I've always thought of it as there is your stunt sort of category where you do something, you pull off some event or some kind of sales promotion that generates a whole lot of exposure or a whole lot of new customers. For a musician, this might be like getting on a festival or getting on TV or getting on some major music blog or getting on the right playlist. These are stunts. They are acute events that result in momentary but not sustained growth. And then there's habits. Habits are things you do repeatedly over time that after a couple of years, you can look back and really attribute a lot of your growth to. Habits amplify your day-to-day growth. They're more sustained. And in this video, I just like to talk about why habits are becoming increasingly important as a growth pathway in 2019. So let's get into it. Now, when I started Entrepreneur in 2017, our main goal was to just become a real boy. We wanted to become a real company. We started off as just an idea, and that transition from an idea to a real company takes a lot of hand-to-hand combat, beating the street, word-of-mouth promotion, just leveraging your time in order to build resources. When you're working for yourself, especially if you're a creator, your main resource at the beginning is time. You're in the time-based economy and you're trying to exit it. So you might be getting paid for hours of your time, a specific price that might render you a little bit disappointed with your life. And you're in that time economy, but you're willing to start trading some of the time you have, which has a fixed dollar amount, for resources so that you can escape the time-based economy and join the productivity or results-based economy. And you need resources to be in that economy. You need to leverage resources to get a massive amount of results. So investors are in this type of economy. Business owners are in that type of economy. They don't sell their time. They wager their resources in the marketplace. And that's kind of where you want to end up, right? That's where you want to be. So when I started Entrepreneur, I was willing to give up my time as long as it was in exchange for resources. So everything I did had to be strictly focused on the growth of the company, making content, making relationships, talking to people, learning, and implementing and building automated processes that achieved growth for me as well. So like ads and websites and pages and all that kind of stuff. And I just say all that to say that stunts can be necessary at first. I was doing my best at that time to arrange a lot of stunts, but a majority of my time was spent on building the right habits. The reason that we're here today is because of our principles and our practices, not because of getting on CD Baby's Facebook Live or being featured on the Digital Marketer podcast. Those types of things are great and they're rewarding and they bring a lot of new attention, which you can then channel the right ways, but they're not responsible for the year-over-year growth. And this is becoming increasingly relevant today because a lot of the platforms on which you can get discovered are heavily habit reliant. You need to have the right habits over a long period of time to have success on these platforms, or at least have some certitude of success. Like there are people who blow up overnight, but they're a small percentage of the population. But if you take a cohort of people who tried the right habits and had great content and you let that run for 3 years, the likelihood that any of them won't achieve some level of success on that platform is very low. So I'm talking about Instagram, I'm talking about Twitter, I'm talking about YouTube, and I'm talking about Spotify. These are all platforms where your ability to have consistency and the right habits to increase the effect of that consistency, that really starts to matter on those platforms. When Full Stack Creative started out, we had 300 subscribers on our YouTube, something like that, maybe a little bit more. And just recently we broke 3,000. So in 6 months, we 10x'd our follower count on YouTube. But that's because every week I'm recording and batching videos. And then I'm editing and rendering them here in Premiere Pro. Then I'm creating a thumbnail in Photoshop. Then I'm taking the finished video file and I'm bringing it back into Premiere Pro to put it in a square format for Instagram and Facebook. Then I'm writing copy for that YouTube video. I am putting in all the the tags for that YouTube video, and some of these videos I'm emailing to our email lists. And that requires 2 emails because we segment them based on whether or not they're a member of our Indie Pro service. So there's a lot that goes into just releasing one of these videos. It's not as easy as it might seem, but it gets easier for me every single day because that's my habit. I can't upload a video without doing all of those things. Overall, all of those practices don't mean much on a video to video basis, but there's a noticeable difference between the response I get when I don't perform all those processes and the response I get when I do. And if I look at my YouTube analytics, I see that the traffic sources for these videos correlate with those habits. I'm getting traffic from Instagram, from Facebook, from Gmail, and from the end screens and cards that I put in these videos, which is another habit. The people who find success on Instagram or Twitter are largely people who have incredible consistency, and not only their upload frequency, they're not just consistent with putting stuff on the platform, they're also consistent with the look and feel and subject matter of everything they put on the platform. They're consistent with how they write the descriptions or write the post text. They're consistent with the hashtags they use, which is why you'll hear a lot of people saying pick 10 hashtags on Instagram and dominate them. Post 3 times a day for each hashtag. It's because it works, because it's consistent. It's a habit that helps you. And increasingly, habits are necessary if you want to join the results-based economy through one of those platforms. Now, there's another way to do it, which is just to buy the traffic. Like all the subscribers on YouTube, all the followers on Instagram, they're traffic. When you get money for having something like that, it's because you're able to send traffic to the right places, either somewhere you're offering a product or somewhere that a company that's sponsoring you is offering a product. So if you're an artist, if you're a creator, you're building traffic, and you can just go start buying traffic. You can run ads on your YouTube videos. Tons of people have built up followings that way. You can run ads on your Instagram. The reason that our Instagram is pushing 5,000 right now is because we run ads. We really aren't good at Instagram because I'm focusing all my habit building on YouTube right now, and I probably never will get into Instagram. We'll probably hire someone who does have those habits instilled already. You should be using paid traffic like Facebook and Instagram ads and free traffic like these platforms and using consistency and good habits. You should be using both. That's why we've been able to grow so fast as a company, is by leveraging both pathways. If you're not willing to run ads, you should have great habits. So practicality wise, my recommendation is that if you want to dominate a platform, start with just one. Don't think about monetization yet. Think about consistency. So picking an upload frequency and sticking with it, dominating a topic or a niche. So in Instagram, this is hashtags. On YouTube, this is a theme for your channel. And then having a checklist for when you upload. Have a set of things that you do every single time and research to inform that checklist, obviously. Everything I do on YouTube was as a result of my research into how to get sustained growth on the platform. And then once you have your checklist dialed down for what you want to try out, do it consistently for at least a month. Really just do the out of it. Like, do it. That's what we did with this channel, and I learned everything that I needed to know. Then at the end of a month, or at the end of 2 months even, assess. Analyze, figure out what about your checklist isn't so helpful. Augment your checklist, run the process over again. This is called continuous delivery or continuous improvement. It's a concept that makes software teams a whole lot better, and you can use it to make your growth on a platform a whole lot better. Now, once you start seeing growth that you're really proud of, that you didn't think you'd be able to achieve on one of these platforms, start using it to promote another one. So for instance, we're seeding our YouTube with our Instagram following and vice versa. You can start to direct traffic anywhere you want it once you have it, but you need good habits to get there. It's gonna be hard at first. It's gonna be embarrassing having so little attention while doing all of this stuff, but it will snowball. I feel like right now we're really at this period where the wind's at our back when it comes to YouTube and even Instagram. Things are getting easier, you know, we're hitting numbers that are encouraging and inspiring. And so I hope that this video serves anyone who is sort of at the beginning of that hill, waiting to get to that point where things are really comfortable. Just follow that kind of process that I outlined, and I guarantee you it will make noticeable change within that first month. With that said, I've been Circa for Full Stack Creative. If you liked this video, following one of my habits here, please like the video and then subscribe and ring the bell to get notified, and you'll get updated when we drop more videos. And if you do, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.